Hey, welcome back to You Can Do It. I'm Annie, and in front of me I have another Alorair dehumidifier. This one is the HDi90. I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing, and then we're going to complete the vapor barrier and dehumidifier installation underneath this crawl space basement. So we'll get to it and show you what's in the box. All right, so let's go ahead and just see what comes with this dehumidifier. This is one of many dehumidifiers that we have installed in clients' homes. They're quiet, they work excellent, they do the job, they get rid of the humidity inside that crawl space in no time at all, and we have one of these underneath our home. So we wouldn't install these in other clients' homes if we didn't think these were well-built machines. Plus, on top of that, they do have a 5-year limited warranty on them. So if you have any issues, you just call the company and they will deal with you directly on trying to get any replacement parts. I will tell you, we've had ours underneath our home for about 4 years, haven't had a single issue. So obviously in the box, you're going to have that manual that comes with it. But if you're watching this, it's probably because you'd rather see someone do it than read it yourself. So that's what we're here for. So here's the manual. This I like so much about the Alorair is that they box these so well so that you don't have to worry about damaged items coming to your house. They've got these nice corners both on the top and the bottom. They also have this really thick foam that is secured around that unit. And then this had the wrapping, those really heavy wrapping straps on them. Not only was it easier to carry, but it's because this box, they make it really nice and convenient for whomever is opening these. This lid slides right off so that you can also see the unit without having to destroy the box to get to it. So reinforced corners around the unit. And then we've got the hose. From what I understand, this hose is approximately 20 feet. It's like 19 and a half feet. And that is for the condensate line for the water that is leaving the unit. And then this here is the flange if you want to duct this. Now, some people will actually use these dehumidifiers in these crawl spaces and they will duct it right into another room to kind of condition the room and help dry it out. We've never done that. You don't have to do that. We actually just keep it free flowing underneath the crawl space so that the moist air that's in that crawl space goes through this unit, dries out, and then just dries the crawl space itself. So we've never needed this. It's there if you want it. And then of course you can duct it into, you just kind of just plumb it right into your HVAC ducting to go into whatever room you want. But again, like I said, we don't do that. And then it comes with this really nice heavy duty cord. The cord's probably about 8 or 9 feet long. Someone had asked on another one of the installs we did, is it okay to plug these into an extension cord? My advice for that is absolutely not. Because if you're plugging that into an extension cord, that means that you are so far away from wherever that electrical source is that you're most likely going to have a voltage drop, which means this unit's not going to perform the way it's designed to perform. You might end up having this unit work extra hard because of that voltage drop. And so I just don't recommend it. This cord needs to be plugged directly into a receptacle that is receiving power. So extension cord, I would not recommend. So I'll go ahead and pull out this unit from this base here and we'll go over what the functions are. I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer so that you can see all the functions of this unit and what it's designed to do for your crawl space basement. Okay, so I zoomed in on the side of the unit here, and this is the stamp plate for the Alorair. It does show you that the model is the Sentinel HDi90. The I stands for the built-in condensate pump that does help pump that additional water outside of your crawl space or basement. And the 90 stands for the PPD, which is pints per day that this dehumidifier will pump from inside your crawl space to the exterior of your home. That 90 rating right here, if you look down at capacity, is basically saying it will do that if the relative humidity is about 60%. Then the next thing to look at is the power supply. The power supply is your standard 110, which means that you only really need about a 15 amp circuit in order to run this unit. But because this is Energy Star rated, which is excellent, this unit shows that it's rated out at about 5.5 amps. So that is a very high efficient dehumidifier that you have here. Then the last thing to look at on this would just be the serial number if that is ever needed for warranty information, and then the date in which that this unit was manufactured. So we'll go ahead and flip this unit around so that you can see the control screen on the front. I wanted to zoom out to show you the top of this machine here. It has two handles, nice and sturdy carrying, because this machine does weigh about 75 pounds. So now we'll go ahead and zoom in to the panel board itself. That's your simple power button. You're going to go ahead and press that on. This will illuminate to let you know that it is on. Give it a minute or two to adjust to whatever the relative humidity is on the room before you start adjusting these arrows. This machine has a relative humidity setting between 36% and 90%. I will let you know that mold does start to grow at approximately 55% relative humidity. So I always set these at 45%. So give it a minute, and then you're probably going to end up having to push this down arrow to get it to that 45%. The nice thing about this machine is once it is set, it's a set and forget. It will turn on and turn off depending on what the relative humidity is of that crawl space. So you really don't have to worry about it. This button right here says central control. That is not something that's operational with the HDi90, so not something to worry about. If for whatever reason you want to store this unit, you're not using it, I don't see why you wouldn't be using it, but if you're not, there is this button here that you push to drain the entire unit, so it will take out any water that is in this unit and drain it out. This lights up, that's the compressor to let you know when that water compressor is working in this unit to help pump that additional water out of the unit. And then this continuous defrost right there, this unit has an automatic defroster on it. So if it does get too cold in here, that defroster will turn on to then let you know that it is in the defrost mode. So we'll go ahead and turn this to the next side so you can see what is on the opposite side of this unit. Okay, a few last things to go over on this side. I went ahead and attached that flange just so you could see if you were to duct this into a conditioned space in your home, that's where the flange would be attached because that is where the dry air is exiting out of this unit. And then you would attach your HVAC 5-inch ducting and then bring it right up into your current HVAC ducting in your home. But again, because we are just going to let that dry air recirculate inside this crawl space, that's not necessary. And then down here, we've got some terminals here, also for an condensate pump, but with this unit, we don't need it because it's included. But there is a little, looks like an Ethernet port, and that would be for a remote control, which is an accessory that you can purchase for this unit if you want to go ahead and see what this unit is doing from the comfort of your home upstairs instead of coming down here. You can go ahead and purchase that remote control. So we'll go to the final side of this unit and show you the last two things. All right, so we're at the back side, and this is the last two things on this unit. Right here is your outlet for your water. So that is where the water that has been separated out from the air is going to exit via that clear tubing that came with the unit. And then here is a removable, washable filter. I would recommend just vacuuming this out, but you can rinse this off if you want. Just make sure that it's dried before you reinsert that and power this unit back up. You are going to want to do maintenance on this probably every 6 months. Just make sure that that filter is nice and clean just so this unit functions the way that they have built this unit to function. So without any further delay, we'll go ahead and install it and get this unit up and running. Okay, Chris built this really nice cage system for the dehumidifier. It's really honestly not necessary. It could have been directly on the floor with these feet, or he could have placed it on masonry bricks, but he likes them suspended from the air so that there is a lot of airflow going around them. There's not a chance of maybe water getting in this crawl space and doing some damage to this unit. So he likes them off the ground. He likes the electrical off the ground. And so he built this with just a couple strips of unistrut, some all thread, suspended it down. And now what he's doing is he's actually taking out one of these feet on either side. He already did this one, but he's taking one off over there. And then he is bringing a washer through this unistrut and then rebolting that foot so that when it's done, this is secured to this unit. It's not going to vibrate off. So this is a really secured system once it's done. Again, you can just throw these on a couple pieces of cinder block, but in the end, this is a much better way to suspend this product here, and it looks better for the homeowner. They're more secure that this is not going to flood out or get a short because of a water issue on the ground. So here Chris went ahead and penetrated through the foundation wall, and he put in that Shark Bite 1/2 inch water pipe and suspended it. And we're going to go ahead and just pretty much use that as a chase for the clear tubing that comes with this unit. We're going to go ahead and install that clear tubing to the unit, give it a drop, kind of like a glorified P-trap, and then push that through that Shark Bite tubing, and eventually it's going to terminate on the outside of this foundation wall. Chris is sliding the tubing that came with the unit all the way through, and of course we'll just cut off that excess. And then he's going to make that P-trap, like I mentioned before, that is not only going to be an inspection spot for him because the tubing is clear, but it also does not allow negative airflow back into the unit. And then we're going to tape it right where that clear tubing meets that solid white Shark Bite tubing so that the tube doesn't move on us during operation. Nice. Okay, the next step is to go ahead and plug this in, get this set, watch this drip and fill up, and then we'll be finished with the dehumidifier. Chris just plugged in the unit and it's already reading that it is 53% relative humidity in here, but I'm going to go ahead and turn this unit on. Power light. Right now, the compressor is working, and I'm going to bring this unit down to 45. All right, so the job is complete. Another vapor barrier installed, foundation vents closed off, foundation exhaust fan installed and the Alorair HDi90 Dehumidifier installed. So I would say this is a pretty awesome finished.
Yeah. I hope this project helped you out so that you can do it yourself. Thank you for watching You Can Do It, and stay tuned for the next video.